Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this webinar live here with me and Linda, or on the platform, or on YouTube. My name is Joseph Puckett with Craig Wiggins Coaching, and I'm super thankful to have our wonderful partners from Omnia on today to lead a powerful presentation on a very important topic. The world's changing, isn't it? The world's changed a lot over the past 2 years. They're going to help us navigate how to bring your team together, from those working in the office, those working at home, maybe those hybrid. Really, it's the future. It really is the future. I know it's a challenge right now to hire. Y'all, let's think about recruiting in other areas. There's hardworking, good people all across this country that we can work with. Just as a quick plug for CWC, Justin Slocum, mega agent, very successful, also CWC coach, has led 3 or 4 webinars on this very topic. Almost all of his 30 team members work from home. And he's one of the top performing agencies in the country. So he has really mastered the work from home thing too. So on the CWC platform, for those of you that are Craig Wiggins coaching members, you can check that out. Just search Justin Slocum and you'll find every webinar that he's done, and they're powerful. Now, as a quick invitation for those of you that aren't a member of CWC, we sure would love to work with you. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. But today is all about Omnia, and I'm excited to introduce my friend Linda, who has a jam-packed presentation to go through. So with all that said, with the housekeeping taken care of, send Q&A via the Q&A, not the chat. I forgot to say that. If you want to ask us questions, I'll moderate the questions at the end. Use the Q&A function. It's hard for me to use the chat. Right, so the Q&A, two little circles down at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, and I'll be watching for questions. But with that said, thank you to Omnia, our great partners. Thank you to Linda for giving us her time today to present this powerful topic. Linda, take it away.
Hi, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm Linda Salazar with the Omnia Group, coming to you live from sunny San Antonio, where we are in the midst of our Fiesta Week. So if you don't know, it is party all over town. So this will go all the way through Saturday. Well, we will close with the Flambeau Parade, the largest nighttime parade in the country. So I'm with the Omnia Group. We are a behavioral assessment company. We offer you a competitive advantage through our pre-employment assessments, which empower you to make hiring, promotion, and employee development decisions that are backed by data and aligned to your business goals. So we've been in business since 1985 and happy to help you with lots and lots of stuff. And at the end, I have a little special treat for y'all. So stay with us. Okay, so what are we going to cover? I've got 3 techniques that you can use, whether you're in person, whether you're working from home, or you've got some sort of hybrid situation with your team. These will work for you. So we're going to try to pull everybody together. So first of all, we're going to talk about how to work together while not working together because we're not always co-located. Next, we're going to talk about how to sprint towards engagement. And finally, how to challenge yourself to find the fun. So notice that I've got some quotes in there. That's a little bit of a teaser about what each of these techniques entails. So let me ask a question for y'all. And Joseph, do you want them to put this in the chat or in the Q&A?
Yeah, let's chat the answers to questions.
Okay,
Thank
the chat.
you.
Okay, so my question for you, over to the chat, are you exclusively, your team's working from home, exclusively in the office, or hybrid? So over to the chat. Let me see. Are y'all working from home, working just in the office, or hybrid?
Everybody's
okay.
hybrid for now.
Hybrid. Okay.
Hybrid. Okay, we have some that are just in the office.
Okay,
Dawn,
some
Justin.
office. They're hiring hybrid. Okay, now the office people are answering. Okay. Okay, we've got 100% remote. Okay, we've got a good mixture here. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. All righty. So these techniques, like I said, they're going to work a little bit differently. I'm probably going to focus on hybrid just to kind of explain, if you're in the office, do it this way. If you're online, do it this way. It's all good. It's all going to work. So first technique we're going to talk about is working together when you're not working together. So I call it co-working. The traditional definition of co-working isn't what I'm talking about here. So co-working is usually different businesses. They share a co-working space or whatever. But another interpretation of co-working is literally you block time, everybody shows up together and works together. Now, back in the olden days, 3 years ago, when we were all in the office all the time, y'all remember? So we do this often with major projects where we would get everybody who needs to be together. We'd make a war room is what we called it. So we would book a conference room, whether it's for, an hour, half a day, a whole day, a week, 2 weeks, depending on the size of the project. And you had everybody who needed to be in the room. So you had the project lead, you had the supervisors, you had representatives from the other departments. Okay, everybody was in one place at one time and we're working on the same thing. So of course now, because we have our hybrid, you can do that, but you're going to need to use, of course, technology. So a Zoom, Teams, whatever platform you're on, it all works. But same idea of just you're going to block the time, whatever time you need or want to work together. Everybody logs on. Now you're like, yeah, but we're in the office. Everybody logs on. If there's one person who is not in the room, everybody logs on to the platform. Okay, and the reason for that is because the chat's very important for this. So if you're not logged on, you can't be a part of the chat. Okay, it also kind of evens the playing field. Get it? See, I'm on the playing field on my picture. Yeah. So you start with a kickoff. Okay, so whoever's the leader, you set the tone. Okay, here's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on X, Y, and Z. We're all going to work together on X, Y, and Z. Okay, next, you're going to set the work time. Okay, here's what I recommend, and you can kind of play with this and see what works for your team, but 45 minutes. Okay, we started at the top of the hour. We're going to work 45 minutes. For those 45 minutes, turn off your camera, mute your line, keep the chat open. If you run into a snag, put it into the chat. Okay, everybody watch the chat. And what happens is if one person runs into a snag, they don't stop. They go into the chat. I've run into a snag. Anybody who has the answer and you've got all the right people logged on, somebody will jump in and say, okay, I have the answer, or I can get you a clue. If it's a quick, hey, the answer is 4, you just type in 4 and everybody keeps going. If it's something more in depth, you say, okay, unmute, let's talk this through. What exactly is the issue? And then you see who can jump in and help. So you go, push for 45 minutes. Okay, at the end of 45 minutes, you regroup. So the leader will say, okay, everybody, cameras back on, unmute, let's talk about it. Where are we? So everybody kind of reports in. All right, we're working on X and it's going well. We're working on Y. We hit the snag, as everybody heard, and we're still trying to, get out of the snag. We're stuck. And maybe the people working on Z are like, hey, we're done. Our piece was easy. It's done. Okay, well, guess what? The people working on X and Y at least have that information and know, oh, okay, well, then you probably have the results. Go ahead and send those over and we'll use them for our pieces. So it's very, very collaborative. Now I'm going to talk about behavior a lot. Okay, over to the chat. If you were on an earlier webinar that Omnia's done, or you've just used the Omnia before, have you taken the Omnia assessment? Give me a 1 for yes or a 2 for no. So have you taken the Omnia assessment? Give me a 1 for yes or a 2 for no. Okay, we got a lot of no's. Everybody know. Okay, I finally got some yeses. Okay, so there's a few of y'all who have. Great. Thank you. So that just helps me to know how much I need to explain the behaviors. So this really, really helps the people who are very collaborative. So with behavior wise, this is what we call a high 2. So those of you who've taken the assessment, high 2, these are your very collaborative folks. They really, really, really love to work on teams and they love to contribute that way. So this is something that makes them feel very comfortable, and you're going to get your best productivity out of your high 2s this way, because they don't feel like they're sitting by themselves and working away. They really have that engagement with the rest of the team, and they understand, okay, well, where can I help? Because your high 2s are very, very helpful. All right, so that is our first way. This is co-working. And then, so 45 minutes, everybody regroup, everybody report in. How are we doing? Okay, let's take a break. We're going to start back at the top of the hour and then lather, rinse, repeat. Okay, and you can keep going like this the whole day, half a day. If it's just an hour, that's fine. So it works for kind of lots of situations, and you just kind of adjust it as needed. All right, so let's do a little activity. So let's co-work for 1 minute, and I'm going to set the timer. So just real quick, 1 minute, because a lot of people think, oh, that won't really work if you minimize the screen and you know, turn off the cameras and whatever. Nobody's going to come back. Nobody's going to do any work. I have found this to be super successful. So here we're going to try it. So I'm going to give you a clear objective. We're going to work for 1 minute, minimize, mute, and I want you to go to your Outlook. And for 1 minute, I want you to just clean up your email. Just your only goal is delete email that you don't need. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer. And I'm going to call you back in 1 minute, so be ready. So you can turn off the camera and go over to Outlook. On your mark, get set, go. Okay. Delete those emails you don't need. Get rid of them. Kick them out of here.
I'm the king of inbox zero. I have 4 emails in my inbox right now, so this is easy. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm the king of inbox zero. I love inbox zero. So y'all take this minute, clean that up. I like this exercise.
See, that is your high 8, Joseph. That is your detail oriented. That's the behavior you're displaying. Thank you. Okay, and David is saying he needs a whole day. Me too, David. Me too. Okay, 15 seconds. Ooh, Jamie's got all hers done. Great, Jamie. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody come on back. So over to the chat. Roughly how many emails did you get rid of? Oh, okay. Kim got rid of 5. Tyler only got 2. Keith knocked out 20. Yeehaw. All right, we got some high numbers here. Y'all got to work. Okay, and then some people like, no, 0. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Great job, everybody. So this is the power of co-working. It really is. We had a goal, we had a time set. I kicked us off, and then we regrouped and saw, you know, what progress we made. All righty. So let's see. Jeremy's saying he needs the best practices. Okay, that's a different webinar, Jeremy. Okay, we're whole separate webinar, how to manage those inboxes. All right. And Jeremy, I'm with you too. Email is just the bane of my existence. Okay, so that was technique number 1, co-working. So working together when we're not working together. Okay, now let's talk about the second technique is sprint toward engagement. Okay, so I'm going to steal unabashedly from the Scrum framework. Over to the chat, have you used the Scrum framework before? Just give me yes or no. Let's see. Okay, some yeses, some nos. Okay, mostly nos. All right, so let me give you just a little tiny history on this. The Scrum framework was developed for software developers. And after it was used for many years, other industries started finding out about it and seeing that, oh, hey, there's a lot of good stuff here. And it actually has kind of become a framework that can be used on a lot of different types of projects. So what I'm going to do is steal, like I said, from the Scrum framework. One of the things that they have is this daily Scrum meeting. So let's talk about the daily Scrum meeting. The daily Scrum meeting is a 5-minute meeting. Now, does anybody believe that I can hold a 5-minute meeting? You buying what I'm selling here? Give me 1 or 2. Give me a yes or a no. Are you like, no way, Linda, there's no way you're going to get away with that? Or some people like, yeah, some people can do it. Okay, Julie's saying, yeah, we do that. Okay. So, okay, not all non-believers. I appreciate that. So the 5-minute meeting, this is going to appeal to your multitaskers, your high five from a behavioral perspective. Okay, multitaskers, they like quick wins. They're like, come on, give it to me quick. Let me move on to the next thing. That's kind of their preference for how to work. Okay, so the 5-minute meeting has that appeal. So the people who are more methodical, who are like, wait, we're going too fast, or the people who don't like to talk a lot, that's our high fours. So the high fours are more, they like to think things through. They don't like to talk when they're put on the spot. They like to know in advance that they're going to talk. And they also like to think through their answers. So if you're going to ask them questions, they prefer the questions ahead of time, and then they can think through their answers. And then when it's time to talk, they can say what they have to say. So this works for that because it's a 5-minute meeting scheduled every day. You're like, every day, Linda? Yeah, but it's 5 minutes. So 5-minute meeting scheduled every day, same time, every single day. And the questions, it's 3 questions. Everybody talks, and the questions ahead of time. So the first question is, what did you do yesterday? So each person, you call on the person. Hi, what I did yesterday was this, or what I accomplished, or what I took care of, however you want to say it. The second question, what am I going to do today? Here's my focus for today. I'm going to close this, I'm going to close with this client. I'm going to meet with this client and review their whole portfolio. Okay, I need to run and take care of some administrative duties. I'm going to be in meetings all day. Okay, so whatever it is, you're just letting everybody know, here's what I'm going to do today. And then the third question is, what's in my way? What are my roadblocks? What is stopping me from accomplishing, or what am I worried that it's going to stop me from accomplishing what I need to accomplish? So the leader starts the meeting, says 5 minutes. Okay, call on person 1, answers the 3 questions. Person 2, answer the 3 questions. Person 3, answer the 3 questions. All the way around. At the end, okay, that's 5 minutes, wrap it up, get to it. So it's a very, very quick process, but it really helps us to stay connected. When some people at the office, some people at their homes, there can be this disconnect that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. So this keeps your team, everybody's engaged. I know what all the other people on my team are working on today. And if somebody had a roadblock, maybe I can help. I say, okay, well, Susie, you said that you're stuck on this. Let me talk to you offline about this and I can get you unstuck. All right. So it really fosters that collaboration because we all know what each other's doing. All right. So over to the chat. What are some of the pros of using this 5-minute meeting, using the daily Scrum? What do you think? Over to the chat. What are some of the positives?
Keeps everyone in the loop, keeps people connected, accountability. No one can hide, said Kathy. Keeps everyone accountable, focused, engagement, sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Good
answer. Yeah, keeps you focused. There we go. Yeah, identify issues. It's effective use of time. Yes, it's 5-minute meeting. Quick. I love that it's time set. Okay, you can help others with the issues. Yeah, it keeps you in tune with the daily struggles. And yeah, so everybody knows, hey, we're going to have this 5-minute meeting. Let me just focus on one thing or a couple things and have that ready to go. And then move on with your day. I love to do these in the morning because it really sets the tone for the day. All right, now, where there's pros, there's always cons. Talk to me about what might be a con of this. What might be a downside? So Kathy said, yeah, it creates good habits. Yeah, it's a good habit. Everybody knows what's going on.
Are there no cons? Frustration
There's no cons?
if you
this
can't
is
get
a
something
perfect
finished.
Okay, so Marlene says it can be frustrating if you're not
accountable.
getting something finished.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but this is a frustration to share with your team. like, hey, this client, they won't call me back. They're not giving me the information. They're not giving me an answer. I can't get this approved, something like that. So yeah, absolutely. It allows you to kind of share that struggle with other people. But yeah, it takes too much time. Oh no, 5 whole minutes, Tammy. Tammy's like, I don't have 5 minutes. Y'all, let's
And
go.
Greg says not enough time. So
And then Greg says not enough time. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So Greg, absolutely. If anything is like more in depth, you say, okay, cool, let's take that offline. Next person. And then, you kind of talk one-on-one with, okay, you said you have this big struggle. Let's talk about it. And, we may need to call a big meeting with other people, but, everybody, we still get kind of the benefit of it. But yeah, Kathy, yeah, you're not going to get a ton of detail, nor should you. And then random things can pop up. Yes, Rozzy, things can pop up last minute. So, and then Doug, team of 5 plus, me. Okay, so it's 5 minutes total. You can do this. I've done this with the team. I think there was 12 of us working on a big project. And because some days it's just going to be, I did one thing yesterday, I'm working on the same thing today. So they're going to take like 2 seconds and then on to the next person. So yeah, you can go around really quick. And then yeah, technical issues. Yep, Anna, always. Our friends, the technical issues, they never leave us alone. So yeah, there can be downside to this as well. But just want to throw this out to you that this is a technique that you can use. And like I said, certain behavior, people with certain behavior types tend to like this a lot. All right. So we stole from the sprint, the 5-minute daily Scrum meeting from the sprinting framework. So that was our second one. Y'all ready for the third one? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see. Oh, Diane brought up another one. Hard to control people from problem solving. Yeah, it's just a matter of, excuse me, let's take that offline. And then you call on the next person. So yes, I've run into that, Diane. Absolutely. So people get used to it though, because everybody's like, yeah, let's get off the 5-minute meeting. Let's just move on. All right. So the third technique is challenge yourself to find the fun. So this is a play on words from the online challenge. Now, these have been around for a long time, and y'all may remember the online challenges that we've done. Do y'all remember the ice bucket challenge? How that was a thing back in the day? You dumped a bucket of ice on your head and challenged other people to do it. And it was meant to raise awareness for what I don't remember, but so apparently it didn't do its job too well because I'm not aware of what it was raising awareness for. But it was a fun thing. It was a silly thing, and people called you out, and it was just fun. So the online it was for ALS. Thank you, Greg. Somebody remembered. All right. One of the things that has kind of happened is it's actually morphed into, it can be a work thing. And you're like, are we dumping ice on our heads at work? No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. Keep your head dry. The online challenge can be a way to challenge you to get something done. Let me tell you how I became a convert of this. So my background is in training. And one time I found this new platform where you could record a training and upload it, publish it, and then other people could learn from your training video. And I thought that was a really cool idea. And given my background, I was like, yeah, that would be something I would really like to do. So I talked about it. Oh, I should do it. I'm going to do it. Wouldn't it be great if I did it? I talked about it. For 5 years, I talked about it. I'm gonna. So finally, one year, I did what I never do. I never set New Year's resolutions. I don't keep them, so I don't set them, so I don't disappoint myself and not keep them. But one year, I finally decided this is the year. I'm going to set it as my New Year's resolution that I'm going to record a class, I'm going to publish it, and people are going to be able to learn online from me. And if I put my at the end, if by the end of the year I've not accomplished it, I have to shut up about it forever. I have to never mention it again. So I'm going to do it or not do it. Either way, by the end of the year, it's done. So I started off real good in February, actually took days off of work to go and really learn this from scratch because there's a lot involved with it. So I did some learning, I did some structuring, I got things going. So by the end of my vacation week, I had worked on getting it going and I had a good start. And I was like, well, there's still much to be done, but I can work on it a little bit each weekend. And, that I still have the rest of the year, so it's fine. Come summer, guess how much of that class was done and recorded? Not 1 minute more than was done at the end of that week in February. Not 1 minute more. So come summer, I was like, oh no, this is not going to work. Boo hiss. But I was scrolling online. I happened to find an online instructor who had published many, 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 many courses. He was holding an online challenge. And he said, you could join up, it was free, and he's going to walk you through the steps to create an online course and get it published. So I was like, well, it's free. I don't know if it'll work, but can't be any further behind than I am now. So I joined up. And November of that year, the online challenge concluded. I had published my course. The course has now been downloaded in over 80 countries around the world. So that's when I was like, okay, this stuff works. I'm going to do this. And I've been running around to different businesses saying, hey, this is a great way to engage everybody and actually get things done and have a little fun along the way. So let me show you the pieces of it and then we'll talk about it. So the first thing you need is a clear goal. So I'm going to give an example. So let's say that you've decided for your team that you want everybody to have a professional, standardized presence on LinkedIn. Okay, you want everybody looking good and so you decide, okay, that's our goal and we're going to take 1 month to do it. So 4 weeks. Okay, you've got your goal, you've got your timeline. So kind of hearkening back to the SMART goals. Everybody remembers those. All right, so it's specific, it's measurable, and we've got our timeline. Good to go. Okay, the second piece you need is weekly assignments. So you break this up into smaller chunks that people can do a little bit at a time. So on Monday, you send out an email. Okay, the assignment for this week is, let's say, go get a professional headshot. And let's say you have already found a place and okay, everybody, your job is to set an appointment, go get your headshot done and upload it onto LinkedIn, this nice professional headshot. Okay, so when you're finished with that, you just email me back and let me know that it's done. Okay, this saves you from chasing after everybody. Hey, have you got it done, guys? Have you done it? Have you got it done? Has anybody been in that situation where you're trying to get people to do things and you're 20 emails? Come on, guys, come on, let's get it done. Okay, you just send it out on Monday. By Friday, you'll know who's done it and who hasn't done it because they're responding to you. Hey, I did it. Okay, you include in there, here's the link to schedule your portrait, and here's the steps to upload it on LinkedIn. Okay, so you give them all the support materials they need to accomplish their weekly task. So you do this every week. So the next week, it's here's how to write a bio, and here's the some samples, here's a YouTube video on the components, and here's a couple of websites that help you with writing. Okay, and here's some great LinkedIn bios that you can use, as examples. And here's the fun part, the leaderboard. Okay, so you put everybody on a list, and this can be a Google Doc that everybody can see. This can be an Excel spreadsheet that's on a shared drive that everybody can see. When somebody finishes their assignment, the first person gets 3 points. Everybody who finishes their assignment on time gets 2 points. If you finish your assignment late after the close of business on Friday, you only get 1 point. And of course, if you didn't do it, you get 0 points. The list starts off in alphabetical order. Every week, you resort it, of course, by who has the most points. Okay, so going back to behaviors, your high ones. Ones are very assertive people. They like individual goals. They like to be at the top of that leaderboard. And boy, howdy, this gets their competitive juices going. And this kind of turns it into a game. So again, you don't have to be chasing behind folks. Oh, come on, guys, get it done. Please, come on. Can you get it done later? Can I help you? It's none of that. There's a leaderboard that you show. So the following Monday, the leaderboard is out. Everybody can see who's on top, who's done it, who hasn't done it, and you send out the next assignment. So this adds the element of fun. Let's see who's at the top of the leaderboard. Now you can include prizes with this. Hey, first place gets this and second place gets that, but don't underestimate the value of bragging rights. Okay, I'm telling you, you're especially the people with the assertive people with the high one behaviors. Bragging rights is enough. They like to strut around that they are the winners. Okay, this is also good if other people can see it. There's kind of that social pressure of, okay, if I don't get it done, everybody's going to know I didn't get it done because I'm not going to have my points on the leaderboard. So, it kind of adds a little bit of that social pressure too. Okay, so at the end, you would have each week they had an assignment. By the end of the month, everybody's got it done. And you can have a big thank you to everybody and congratulations. And the winner gets, whatever, or a shout out or a something. If you can provide them prizes, cool. If not, that's okay too. It's just fun to kind of have them ribbing each other and stuff. But that really, it makes it fun. It makes something that would not otherwise be kind of a monotonous activity. Okay, well, now it's a fun game. We're trying to win. All right, so those were the 3 techniques that you can use, whether you're in the office, whether everybody's working at home, or you got some sort of a hybrid situation going on. These are 3 techniques. You can give them a try, see what works, see what doesn't for your team. Okay, over to the chat. Tell me, which one of these 3 do you think you'll try out first? You think you'll try the co-working, the sprint, the little 5-minute meeting, or the online challenge? What do you think? Oh, okay. A lot of people like that 5-minute meeting, the sprint. Yeah. Oh, that seems to be popular. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got some for the online challenge. Good. But yeah, okay. I think we're gonna have a lot of 5-minute meetings happening going forward. which is great. Yeah, give it a try. See what happens. See how it works with the group. But yeah, it just keeps that engagement going, especially your high 2s, which are your very big collaborators. Those your high 2s are really going to appreciate that they feel part of the team. They feel that they're supporting the team and understand kind of their piece in the whole. So that is how you get the best productivity out of those folks. Okay, so I see my next thing is questions. So Maria's already coming in with questions. Let's see.
So before we dive into the Q&A, I think we have a lot of great tips here. It really boils down to communication, right? Clear communication of goals, expectations, accountability to those expectations. And y'all, we live in the age where we can Zoom anywhere in the world, and it's like we're talking to each other face to face. They can share their screen, we can share our screen and teach things and go over things. But clear communication, making people feel like they're a part of the team, I think is really important too. So for example, Craig had 4 agencies spanning across 2 states. And when we would have meetings, we always included our Georgia team in the Alabama meetings. I would go over to Georgia from time to time, lead a meeting there, but the Alabama team would Zoom in. So it's just important that we all feel like we're together. Whether we're just down the hall or 7 states away, we need to feel like we're all together. So you gave a lot of really great tips. I love the challenge aspect. I love 5-minute meetings, right? 5-minute meeting, y'all, you can get a lot accomplished. And we say that all the time, whether it's individual meetings, the group little check-ins, that type of accountability. I really love how nobody can hide through some of these things. So anyways, fantastic presentation, Linda. Before we dive into the Q&A, I see that you've got a little slide here for omniagroup.com/Craig-Wiggins-coaching. Y'all, you should check it out. If you're not using Omnia, you can actually fill out a little form there, get an assessment to try yourself, see what that looks like. It's a powerful and insightful tool, not just to use for recruiting, but for your existing staff as well, to know how to work with them. I can't praise Omnia enough. Laura Harris introduced us to them, and for those of you that know Laura, she's a very well-respected agent for 30 plus years. They're working with more and more CWC agents every day. So I would encourage y'all to check it out. Check it out. omniagroup.com/Craig-Wiggins-coaching. Kind of a long URL there. See that assessment. Dig around a little bit on their website. And I would encourage y'all to reach out. So if they have further questions about this or anything else, is L. Salazar at omniagroup.com okay?
Yes.
That's good. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we get into some Q&A time?
Thank you so much for your kind words about Omnia, and I absolutely echo them. Our clients, they experience shorter hiring cycles, more engaged employees. The managers love this because basically the report is a blueprint on how to manage this one employee to get the best work out of them, for them to feel like they're succeeding and for them to feel they're most productive. So yes, please, please, please. It's free. It takes an average of 15 minutes to take online. Give it a try and see what you think. If you have any questions, you can call, you can email me. I love, 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 love talking about Omnia. So I'm happy to answer your questions on it.
That is fantastic. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your questions. If we have any, please use the Q&A box, the Q&A, the little two circles or whatever they are, little chat bubbles to submit questions. I have a chatted question here from Maria, but I'm not sure if it's about Omnia or maybe some of the tips that you were giving. My question is this going to integrate with other software? Is this a software that would just pre-populate on everyone's desktop? I'm not exactly sure what question you're asking, Maria. If you're talking about how to have the quick huddles, the quick meetings, or if you're talking about something else, I love Zoom. And y'all, I was Zooming before Zoom was cool, right? I wish I'd have bought their stock like 5 or 6 years ago and then sold it 2 years ago because it's since plummeted since the COVID highs. But Zoom is a powerful tool, powerful tool. And if you're with Allstate, which many of y'all are, it's the only platform that we can use compliantly to text, with each other, to chat with each other. It's a wonderful coaching tool. So I would encourage that. What questions do we have for Linda or for myself? Any questions at all? Or is she so good that we don't have any questions? And that's okay too. When it comes to remote work, as we're waiting to see if there's any more questions, I said earlier that I really think it's the future. I think that it's an awesome opportunity to expand, right? Some of you might be in small areas, like my friend Jeremy is on the call. Jeremy, he's in a very small state, kind of in a small rural area. I know that because I'm working with his team personally. I'm excited and thankful to have the chance to work with his team. It's really cool that we can recruit in other states, recruit in other areas. This job can be done anywhere in the world, right? What our team members do is they talk to people about their insurance almost exclusively on the telephone and via email and via text message and all that stuff. This job can be done anywhere in the world. So I think it's actually really exciting that we can expand our horizon and find great people, even if they're several states away or even across the country. James says, we're on Zoom all day with a couple of different groups. It works great. James, do you mean with your team? You're Zooming with your team all throughout the day? Is that what you mean, James? Let's see here. We're on software overload, says Maria. I get that. I joke with my agencies all the time. Which monitor am I on? Am I on monitor 1 or monitor 7? Right? We have all the different systems and things that our team members have to have up. And that's something to keep in mind, y'all. Your staff do a lot. Your staff have a lot going on. A lot of irons in the fire, a lot of balls in the air. So having a structure, like Linda was talking about, like for the scheduled longer meetings, the scheduled 5-minute sprints or whatever those things were called, right? The 5-minute sprints. scheduled individual coaching sessions, y'all leverage your calendar. I cannot stress that enough. It can't just be all right, y'all, I need y'all to get on the call, but I can't. I'm on a phone call with a prospect or whatever. That's super unorganized. Your staff are going to be running around like they're crazy. Pro tip for y'all though, Linda, when I do my coaching sessions with my team members, my individual team members, I have them scheduled. This is rare that it happens, but you know what's funny? Let's say I have a coaching session with Derek. I'm just going to make up a name. Derek hadn't done nothing all day, but 1:00 runs around and it's time for our meeting and Derek's not here. All of a sudden, I go to his office or I Zoom him. I'm on the phone, Joseph. I can't. All of a sudden, he's on the phone talking to a prospect. Nope, hang it up. Seriously, that's just a pro tip for y'all. They have to respect the meeting time. You have to respect the meeting time too. Y'all don't blow them off. Your friends want to go play some golf. Your manager, even though most of us don't have managers, your person in corporate that helps you with things says we need to talk. Not if you have something else scheduled. You show your team that their time is valuable, that your time is valuable, and y'all commit to each other. Y'all would be surprised what 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 30 minutes randomly here and there would do with an individual, coaching them, role playing with them, practicing with them. With that said, I don't know if we have any other questions. Just one last quick thank you to Linda for giving us your time. Thank you to all of you for taking time to watch today's class. I hope that you got a few nuggets that you can use as we continue to evolve in this world, all right, as we continue to evolve. This is a wonderful resource that I would really encourage all of y'all to consider. Check out omniagroup.com/Craig Wiggins coaching there on the link. Linda, any final thoughts from you?
Final thoughts. I would just love to hear from all of you what you thought of the webinar, any follow-up questions that you want to do more one-on-one. You've got my email. You can call the main number. Just ask for Linda. I'm happy to talk about anything in the webinar and more than happy to answer any questions you have about the Omnia behavioral assessments and how they can just give you the competitive edge over everyone else. And hope you take me up on that free assessment.
Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you all. Now, let's get back to work. We got policies to write and people to protect and team members to develop. Let's go. Thank you all so much. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. You're very welcome.